श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ओम्। ॐ गणानां त्वा गणपतिगुं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तवम् ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पदानशृण्वन्नोतिभिः सीदसादनम्। ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करं। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे श्रीगुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ श्रीशङ्कराचार्य स्वामिने नमः। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।
अनुपमा भट्ट भगिनी।
ओम श्री परमात्मने नमः। अथ नवमोऽध्यायः। राजविद्या राजगुह्ययोगः। श्रीभगवानुवाच इदं तु ते गुह्यतमं प्रवक्ष्याम्यनसूयवे ज्ञानविज्ञानसहितं यज्ञत्वा मोक्षसे शुभात्।
भानुरेखा भगिनी।
नमस्ते महोदय।
नमस्ते।
राजविद्या राजगुह्यं पवित्रमिदमुत्तमम् प्रत्यक्षावगमन् धर्म्यं सुसुखं कर्तुमव्ययम्।
Second line again, once again.
प्रत्यक्षावगमन् धर्म्यं सुसुखं कर्तुमव्ययम्।
Susukang, not kan, susukang.
सुसुखं
Kartumavvyayam.
सुसुखं कर्तुमव्ययम्।
Kangana, kangan.
सुसुखं
Kang, K-A-N-G.
ओके सर। सुसुखं कर्तुमव्ययम्।
Full sloka again.
राजविद्या राजगुह्यं पवित्रमिदमुत्तमम् प्रत्यक्षावगमन् धर्म्यं सुसुखं कर्तुमव्ययम्।
ललिता के भगिनी।
Yes, sir. अश्रद्धानाः पुरुषाः धर्मस्यास्य परन्तप अप्राप्य मां निवर्तन्ते मृत्यु संसारवर्त्मनि.
Good. So we'll go to the next sloka, new sloka for today.
काश्मीरा भगिनी।
Maya tadamidham sarvam.
मया ततमिदं सर्वं
Jagadau vyaktamurtina.
जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना
Maya tadamidam sarvam jagadau vyaktamurtina.
मया ततमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना मया ततमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना.
Good. Next.
साई लक्ष्मी भगिनी।
मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि.
मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि
न चाहन्तेष्वस्थितः.
न चाहन्तेष्वस्थितः न चाहन्तेष्वस्थितः
मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहं तेष्वस्थितः
मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहन्तेष्वस्थितः मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहन्तेष्वस्थितः
Good. Next.
शरद चौहान महोदय।
मया तदमिदं सर्वं जगदौ व्यक्तमूर्तिना
मया तदमिदं सर्वं जगद्व्यक्तमूर्तिना मया तदमिदं सर्वं जगद्व्यक्तमूर्तिना.
No, when you chant, I hear it as Vyakta Murtina. In fact, we should hear Avyakta Murtina. We are talking about Avyaktam. Jagad Avyakta Murtina.
Okay, sir. Maya tadamidam sarvam jagat avyakta murtina.
Jagad Avyakta Murti. Jagad Avyakta Murtina.
Okay, sir. Maya tadamidam sarvam jagat vyak jagat
No, you don't chant the entire line. Don't chant just chant Jagad Avyakta Murtina.
Jagadavya Murtina.
Jagadavyakta Murtina.
Jagadavya Murtina.
You are telling Vyakta Vyakta twice. Jagadavyakta Murtina.
Jagadavya Murtina.
To chant once again.
Jagadvyakta Murtina.
No, Vyakta. Jagadavyakta.
Jagadavyakta Murtina.
Once again.
Jagadavyakta Murtina.
Maya tadamidam sarvam Jagadavyakta Murtina.
Maya tadamidam sarvam Jagadvyakta Murtina.
No, you again made a mistake. No problem. You can correct it. You can listen to somebody. When somebody is chanting also, you just watch it slowly. Yeah. Carefully. Next, please.
शीला शिंदे भगिनी।
Maya tadamidam sarvam Jagadavyaktamurtina.
मया तदमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना मया ततमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना.
Good. Next.
शारदा राजन भगिनी।
मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहन्तेष्वस्थितः
मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहन्तेष्वस्थितः मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहन्तेष्वस्थितः.
Next.
उषा श्रीनिवासन भगिनी।
First line 2 times.
नमस्ते महोदय।
Namaste.
मया ततमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना मया ततमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना.
Good. Next.
विजयलक्ष्मी भगिनी।
Second line 2 times.
नमस्ते महोदय।
Namaste.
मस्तानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहन्तेष्वस्थितः मस्तानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहन्तेष्वस्थितः.
Good. Next.
राजेश्वरी शिवशंकर भगिनी।
Full shloka once slowly.
नमस्ते सर.
Namaste.
मया ततमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहन्तेष्वस्थितः.
Good. Next.
शांति बद्री भगिनी।
नमस्ते सर.
Namaste.
मया ततमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहन्तेष्वस्थितः.
Good. Next.
मृणालिनी गोपालन।
आम्. मया तदमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना मस्तानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहन्तेष्वस्थितः.
Good. Next.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
मया ततमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना मच्छानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहन्तेष्वस्थितः.
Next.
Bhanureka Bhagini.
मया तदमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहन्तेष्वस्थितः.
Good. Next.
K. Lalita Bhagini.
Yes, sir. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina matsthani sarvabhutani nachahanteshvavastitaha.
Good. One more person.
Kashmira Bhagini.
मया ततमिदं सर्वं जगदव्यक्तमूर्तिना मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहन्तेष्वस्थितः.
Good. Sharat Chavan ji, can you chant slowly once?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Maya
Jagadavyakthamurtina. Jagadavyakthamurtina.
Jagadavyaktamurtina. Okay,
chant
sir. I'll try.
full shloka.
Maya tadamidam sarvam jagadavyaktamurtina. Is it correct?
Now it's perfectly good. Okay, good.
Okay.
So
Okay,
now
sir.
we'll go to the meaning of this shloka. This particular chapter is dealing with Raja Vidya, Raja Gukhya. The king of knowledge is knowledge of the Brahman, knowledge of the self. And Gukhyam is secret, king of secret. He says king of secret. It is secretive because we are not able to recognize. When something is available, when something is there in the house, but when we are not able to gain access to it and recognize that, it's a secretive place. Sometimes we say, where have you kept the key? Where have you kept a secret place? The reason is that we know what it is, but we are not able to recognize that. So this is the highest, the king of knowledge and king of secretive things. It is secret because it is right in front of you, right with you. Your own existence and existence of everything is because of the Brahman, which we are not able to recognize. So Bhagavan is now trying to help in terms of how to recognize this. So we have just covered 3 shlokas. The 4th shloka, what he is talking earlier and all, what is the earliest shloka that we did? He said, Raja Vidya, Raja Gukhyam, Pavitram, Idam Uttamam. He said, it is the supreme. It is absolutely pure. Pratyaksha Vagamam Dharmyam Susukam Kartamabhyam. He said, I will tell you it very clearly in detail. I'll explain to you. Susukam Kartamabhyam. It is very, very easy. It's not even Sukam Kartum. Susukam, he says, very easily it is possible to understand this Abhyaya. Abhyaya is non-manifest. Maya tadamidam sarvam. Bhagavan says, Sarvam Jagat. Maya tadamidam sarvad Jagat. The entire Jagat, entire universe, Tadam idam. Idam sarvam Jagat. This entire universe, Maya tadam, is pervaded by me. Tadam means pervaded. This entire universe, whatever you see, is pervaded by me. The reality of anything that is existing in the nature is because of me. The reality of why a mountain is there is because of me. The reality of why a tree is there is because of me. I think we have done that enough in terms of the 7th chapter of Raja, this thing, Jnana Vijnana Yoga. We understood Apara Prakriti and Para Prakriti. This was discussed in detail. That Bhagavan has pervaded everything. Creation has been made by Bhagavan, and in the creation he is always there. We took 3 examples, I think, that time. One was the pot and potter example we took. The second example we took was of the spider and the spider web. And the third example was a dream and dreamer. The dream and dreamer was the very closest one because in the dreamer, the dream is created, the dream is sustained, dream is destroyed, and the dreamer is independent. The dreamer does not, the dreamer, if you look at that way, once he is awake, once he is aware of what is happening, the dream is becoming non-existent. It was all a kind of illusion. So we discussed that also in detail in terms of our 7th chapter, Jnana Vijnana Yoga. So in the same way, Bhagavan, he says that, Maya tadam idam sarvam jagati, Maya tadam, the entire universe is pervaded by me. By how? Avyakta murtina. Why I was insisting on avyaktam is that unmanifest. When we say vyakta is manifest, all of us are vyakta. Avyakta means unmanifest. He has put the word murtina because we always feel that God is having some kind of a form. So he is now talking about murti as a kind of a form, but he says avyakta murti. That is, I am an unmanifest form. I am pervading the entire universe. So Bhagavan says, Maya tadamidam sarvam jagad avyakta murtina. I pervade the entire universe by my unmanifested form. Mastani sarva bhutani. Sarva bhutani, everything in the creation is all abiding in me, is all residing in me. Mastani sarva bhutani. Everything is abiding and everything residing in me. Na aham teshu avastitaha. Whereas I am not abiding in them. Everything is abiding in me, but I am not abiding in them. I think we had also discussed this in the earlier chapter of Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Again, for recollection purposes, if you look at that way, I am sitting in a room. We are all sitting in a room. Inside the room, we have got space. Okay, the space is inside the room. Okay, that means let us assume that the room is Bhagavan. The Bhagavan is the space, and Bhagavan is inside the room. So Bhagavan is inside everything. Every room I go, everywhere the space is there. So Bhagavan is inside the room. That is one way of looking at it. But now, when you look at it from that perspective, another perspective, the room is in space is the right perspective, or space is in room is the right perspective. If you look at that way, room is in space, not space is in room. Okay, both are correct. Room is in space is also correct. Space is in room is also correct. But the right kind of perspective to understand is that the room is in space. The room can be destroyed, but the space is cannot be destroyed. The room can be removed, dismantled. Space will be there. So Bhagavan does not have any dependence upon the room for his existence. Okay, everything is dependent upon, everything is inside Bhagavan, but Bhagavan has got no dependence on them. Na teshu aham avastitaha. He says, I am not in them. Because even if the room is dismantled, I am there as space. So this is what Bhagavan says. We had discussed it earlier also. So Bhagavan says that I pervade the entire universe. Avyakta murtina, in an unmanifest form. And everything is there in me. Sarva Masani Sarva Bhutani. Entire creation is abiding in me or residing in me. However, I am not abiding or residing in any one of them. So that is the meaning of this particular shloka. And each one of these shlokas, you should be able to relate it to the Bhagavan. So at the end of the day, this discussion, what we are trying to do is that we are trying to understand Brahman from different aspects, and we have lots of doubts coming in our mind. And all these kinds of things will be, when you start thinking, in all these directions, you will be able to understand the Bhagavan, Brahman, all those kinds of things. Okay. Now we'll go to the next shloka.
Sai Lakshmi Bhagini.
Yeah. Nacha matstani bhutani.
न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि
Pashya me yogamayshvaram.
पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम्
न च matstani bhutani. Pashya me yogamayshvaram.
न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम्.
Good. Next.
Sheila Shinde Bhagini.
Bhuta brunna cha bhutastaha.
Bhuta brunnacha भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः
ममात्मा भूतभावनः
ममात्मा भूतभावनः ममात्मा भूतभावनः
भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः
भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः
Good. Next.
शारदा राजन् भगिनी
न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम्
न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम्
Good. Next.
उषा श्रीनिवासन् भगिनी
भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः
भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः
Good. Next.
उषा श्रीनिवासन् भगिनी
First line 2 times.
अरे विजयलक्ष्मी भगिनी
न च मस्तानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् न च मस्तानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम्
Good. Next.
राजेश्वरी शिवशंकर
Second line 2 times.
भूतभृन्द च भूयोस्तः ममात्मा भूतभावनः भूतभृन्द च भूयस्तः ममात्मा भूतभावनः
Good. Next. Full shloka.
राजेश्वरी शिवशंकर भगिनी
अगेन मैडम अगेन
ಇಲ್ಲ ಸಾರಿ ಶಾಂತಿ ಬದ್ರಿ ಭಗಿನಿ
न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः
Good. Next.
ಮೃಣಾಳಿನಿ ಗೋಪಾಲನ್ ಭಗಿನಿ
आम् न च मस्ता आम् महोदय न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः
Good. Next.
ಅನುಪಮಾ ಭಟ್ ಭಗಿನಿ
न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः
Good. Next.
ಭಾನುರೇಖಾ ಭಗಿನಿ
न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः
Good. Next.
ಲಲಿತಾ ಕೆ ಭಗಿನಿ
Yes, sir. न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः
Good. Next.
ಕಾಶ್ಮೀರಾ ಭಗಿನಿ
न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः.
Good. Next.
Sai Lakshmi Bhagini.
न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः.
Good. One more person.
Sharat Chavan Mahodaya.
आम महोदय. Sir, full shloka.
Yeah.
न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्नच्च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः.
Good. Okay, so we'll go to this shloka now. Bhagavan starts his shloka with telling that Nacha Mastani Bhutani. These living beings, the beings are not residing in me. He starts off telling this shloka, straight away telling that the beings are not in me. He is like a politician now. Like just now elections are over. They make one statement one day, next day they say that I have not told it still. Look at the previous shloka. Bhagavan says, second line, Mastani Sarva Bhutani. He says that everything is abiding in me. This shloka starts off telling that Nacha Mastani Bhutani. He simply contradicts whatever he has told in the previous shloka. Earlier shloka he said, everything is there in me. Now he is telling that nothing is there in me. So there's a big contradiction that has now come in. We have to understand this also. So when you look at that way, there are two perspectives of Ishvara. Okay. We have done that also in our Jnana Vijnana Yoga. One is Para Prakriti and Apara Prakriti. So if you look at Apara Prakriti is the one that is what we see. That the entire world of creation is all Apara Prakriti. It is also called Vyavaharika. Vyavaharika means where we are able to have continuous exchange in the world. World of things is Vyavaharika. Empirical part of the entire creation is called Vyavaharika. And we have continued to have worldly experience, and that is called Apara Prakriti. There's one more Prakriti called Para Prakriti, which is beyond Apara Prakriti. Okay, so that is what Ishvara, that is what Brahman, etc., that we have talked about. So now whatever he's telling is that earlier shloka he talked about from the point of view of Apara Prakriti. Okay, he talked about the world of things, and from the world of things that he is the person who is pervading in every one of these things. Now he is going one step beyond and says that he is not in any one of them. He is talking from the standpoint of Para Prakriti. He says that he is transcendent. He is beyond even the creation. That is what he is telling. Okay, now what is this creation? The Paschami Yoga Maishwaram. Whatever you are seeing is out of through my yoga Maya. Now we have to understand the concept of Ishvara. If you look at Ishvara, Ishvara is the one. Ishvara is also Brahman. Ishvara is also God. But Ishvara, from the standpoint view of understanding Advaita Vedanta, is that Ishvara is equal to Brahman plus Maya. This is an equation, just a mathematical equation like this. Ishvara is equal to Brahman. Brahman is Nirguna Brahman. Nirguna Brahman means the Brahman which is having no qualities plus superimposition on the Nirguna Brahman by Maya is what we see in the world of creation. So Ishvara, when we say, it is also the attribute of God, but Ishvara is the Saguna Brahman. Saguna Brahman in the sense that Nirguna Brahman plus Maya. Because of the Maya, the entire creation world of things are being seen. So if you look at that way, it is something like 1 is equal to 1 plus 0. Okay. 1 is equal to 1 plus 0. All of us understand that. Ishvara is equal to Nirguna Brahman plus Maya. Maya has got no, if you understand Brahman, then Maya has got no existence. Only because we don't understand Brahman, we look at the wheeling power of the entire creative power, wheeling power of the Maya, and we are only looking at it from the standpoint of whatever we see. So Nirguna Brahman plus Maya is Ishvara. So from that point of view, when you look at the entire world of things, in the entire world of things, Ishvara is supposed to have pervaded. Ishvara is again God only. It is only from the point of view of what Bhagavan wants to say is that you have to think of Bhagavan beyond that also. Transcendent portion of Bhagavan only he wants us to understand by this. He says that whatever you see is Ishvara. That is Nirguna Brahman plus Maya, where that Ishvara has pervaded. Whereas I am the transcendent, I am beyond that, do not have any kind of qualities. I am Nirguna Brahman, beyond the Saguna Brahman. Ishvara, you can take a Saguna Brahman, and the Bhagavan, you can take it as a Nirguna Brahman also. But no, this is only from the standpoint of your academic interest, I am just telling you. So we have to differentiate it slightly between the transcendent Avyaktam of Nirguna Brahman plus or with respect to Nirguna Brahman plus Maya, which is the world of things. So Bhagavan says that from that particular perspective, nothing is existing in me, everything is there existing only in Ishvara. Najamasdani Bhutani, Pashya me yoga, Pashya me yoga Maishwaram. It's all because of my Maya. Because of that Maya, Ishvara is the creator, and in the creation, everything is there, and I am beyond this also. That's what he says. Bhuta Brunna. Bhuta Brunna is Bhuta Brit. Bhuta Brit means sustainer of the creation. Okay, Bhuta Brit. Nacha Bhutastha, but I am not residing in them. Bhuta Brunna. Bhuta Brit, na Bhutastaha. I am not residing in any one of them, which we discussed in the earlier Shloka itself, that space in the room is existent in the space, but space is not existent in the, sorry, both of them are correct, but the most important thing that we should understand is that room is in space. You cannot bind the space to be a part of the room. Yeah, you should say only room is a part of that. From the same perspective, Bhutastaha, Nacha Bhutastaha, I am not residing in any one of them. And Mamatma Bhutavanaha, though I am the person who has made the self in every one of these bodies. So this is a very slightly a different kind of thing. The first shloka he was talking about the immanent, that is the Vyavaharika part of Apara part of Bhagavan. He told in the earlier shloka, Maya Tadavedam Sarvam Jagadavyakta Murtina is the shloka that he told based on Ishvara, the pervasive thing in the world of things. Now he has gone beyond that, it is transcendent. And then in that particular perspective, he says that I am not, nothing is there in me. I am beyond these things also. So look at we have to have the understanding of Bhagavan to be something very, very high, very, very extremely high. And Ishvara is only a creation of Bhagavan to manage the creations. Okay, so that is the way we have to understand this particular shloka. Slightly, it might be slightly going back and forth, but I'm sure that when you are able to put in some more thought, you'll be able to understand that. Or in the discussion, when we have subsequently, if you have any doubt on this, we can further discuss on this. But we have to understand that Brahman is absolute. Nirguna Brahman. Nirguna means it does not have any kind of attributes. But when you say Ishvara is Saguna Brahman, because Ishvara we call it as Paladata. So when you say he's a Paladata, he is having a quality of giving something. So he has got a guna. Then Ishvara is a creator, so he is able to create certain things. So if you look at that way, there are a lot of qualities we attribute to this Ishvara because he is the creator, sustainer, and destroyer. But the Bhagavan is Nirgunam. He is beyond any kind of qualities. And Nirguna, the Saguna Brahman is only a subset of Nirguna Brahman. And Ishvara, as I told you, Ishvara is equal to Nirguna Brahman plus Maya. Once when you are going to be advanced in terms of your spiritual growth, you will be able to discount Maya as 0. So 1 is equal to 1 plus 0. So that 0 is discounted, Maya is gone. Then 1, that is Ishvara, is equal to Nirguna Brahman. That you will be able to understand. But now this shloka, when you look at it, you have to understand it that Bhagavan is transcendent and beyond this also. Okay. If it is slightly confusing, don't worry about it. So long as you are able to understand the flow, it's fine. Do not worry about it. Next.
Sheila Shinde Bhagini.
Yes, sir.
Yata kashastito nityam.
Yatha kashasthito nityam. Yatha kashasthito nityam.
Vayu sarvatra go mahan.
Vayu sarvatra go mahan. Vayu sarvatra go mahan.
यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान्
यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान्.
Good. Next.
शारदा राजन्
तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि
तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि
मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय
मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय
तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय
तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय.
Good.
उषा श्रीनिवासन्
यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान्
यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान्.
Good. Next.
विजयलक्ष्मी भगिनी
तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय
तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मस्तानित्युपधारय तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मस्तानित्युपधारय.
Good. Next.
राजेश्वरी शिवशंकर
First line 2 times.
यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान्.
Good. Next.
शांति बद्री भगिनी
Second line 2 times.
तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय.
Good. Next.
मृणालिनी गोपाल
Full Shloka.
यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय.
Good. Next.
अनुपमा भट्ट भगिनी
यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय.
Good. Next.
भानुरेखा भगिनी
यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय.
Good. Next.
ललिता के भगिनी
यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय.
Good. Next.
काश्मीरा भगिनी
यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय.
Good. One more person.
Sai Lakshmi Bhagini.
यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गोमहान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय.
Good. One more person.
Sharat Chavan Mahodaya.
यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायु सर्वत्र गोमहान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानि नित्यपधारय.
Good. So
यथा
now,
स्थितो नित्यं. Yes, sir.
only once is sufficient. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Sorry.
No, not at all. No need of saying sorry. No issues. Now this one, this again is coming back to the earlier kind of thing. The apara prakriti type he has come back now, Bhagavan. Yata, whenever you say yata, and there will be tata also. So first line you got yata, second line you got tata, which means that it is an example. Yata and tata, when it comes, it means he is giving an example. What example he is giving? Yata akashaha stitaha. Akashaha means space. In space, stitaha vayuhu. Okay. In the entire space, you have got air. Okay. And then nityam sarvatragaha. It goes everywhere. It is always there. It goes everywhere. The wind, the air in the akasha goes everywhere. And vayu he is also calling it mahan. He is calling it as a great wind or great air. The great air is akasha. Yata akashaha stitaha vayuhu. Vayuhu mahan. The great air is present in the space. And it goes everywhere. Sarvatragaha. You have a typhoon and the Japan Sea, and then from Japan Sea, the entire typhoon moves into Indonesia. From there, it has a tsunami effect in some other place, and then it comes into Bay of Bengal. Then it starts flowing through, goes to Bay of Bengal. So the Vayu goes all over the place. But it is bound by the space. It is not. Only thing is that when Rishis made this particular statement that Akasha, inside the Akasha, everywhere air, the air is present, those days, I think they did not understand. Scientifically, today, if you look at that way, upper space beyond 100 kilometers from the surface, we don't have air. The air is only up to 100 kilometers. But let us not look into those kinds of science and these differences. Let us assume that in the envelope of space, there is air, and the air goes everywhere. Air is moving from place to place, but it is bound by the space. So, like the way inside the Akasha, the great wind is able to be permanently going everywhere, all over the place. Tata, in the same way, Sarvani Bhutani, in all the Bhutas, all the living beings, are Mastani Ubadharaya. You have to understand that, like the wind is there everywhere, across the thing it is going, but it is all bound inside the space. Similarly, you may have countless numbers of bhutani, but all of them are abiding in me. Mastani iti upadaraya. Iti means like this, understand. Mastani, they're all inside me. So he's telling like the way air is enveloped by the space and it is within the space, air is moving everywhere. All the world of things are all within me only. They will be moving. Maybe a jivatma will leave one body and then it will go to another body. It will all be traveling, but it is all going to be within the Paramatma's envelope only. That's what we have to understand. So this is a metaphor that he's talking about, like the wind which is enveloped by the space and is able to move all over. All the bhutanis, everything is all enveloped and it is all abiding within him. Mastani iti upadaraya. Upadaraya means understand. Iti, like this you understand. All Sarvani Bhutani Mastani. Everything is within me. They are able to be within him. Bhagavan only. Like the Jivatmas, as I told you, even if some Jivatma passes away, leaves his body, takes another body or present in some other way, some other form, it's all within the gambit of Bhagavan's entire envelope, which is pervaded by him. Everything is within him. That's what Bhagavan says in this shloka. Next.
Sheila Shinde Bhagini.
Yes, sir.
Sarvabhutani kaunteya.
सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय
Prakriti yanti mamikam.
प्रकृति यान्ति मामिकाम् प्रकृति यान्ति मामिकाम्
Sarvabhutani kaunteya. Prakriti yanti mamikam.
सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृति यान्ति मामिकाम् सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृति यान्ति मामिकाम्.
Good. Next.
Sharda Rajan Bhagini.
Kalpakshaye punastani.
कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि
Kalpado visujamyaham.
कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम् कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्
Kalpakshaye punastani. Kalpado visujamyaham.
कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम् कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्.
Good. Next.
Usha Srinivasan.
Sarvabhutani kaunteya. Prakriti yanti mamikam.
सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृति यान्ति मामिकाम् सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृति यान्ति मामिकाम्.
Good. Next.
Vijayalakshmi Bhagini.
Kalpakshaye punastani. Kalpado visujamyaham.
कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम् कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्.
Rajeshwari Shivshankar.
Next.
सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृते यान्ति मामिकाम् सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृते यान्ति मामिकाम्.
Good. You can chant the full shloka once.
Yes, sir. सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृते यान्ति मामिकाम् कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्.
Good. Next.
Shanti Badri Bhagini.
The full shloka.
सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृत्यै यान्ति मामिकाम् कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्.
Good. Next.
Mrinalini Gopalan.
सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृति यान्ति मामिकाम् कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पाधौ विसृजाम्यहम्.
Good. Next.
Anupama Bhatt Bhagini.
सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृति यान्ति मामिकाम् कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्.
Good. Next.
Anureka Bhagini.
सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृति यान्ति मामिकाम् कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्.
Next.
Lalita K Bhagini.
सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृति यान्ति मामिकाम् कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्.
Good. One more person.
काश्मीर भगिनी
सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकाम् कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादौ विसृजाम्यहम्.
Good. So now this shloka, Kaunteya is addressing Arjuna. Kalpak sarva bhutani, all the beings, kalpakshaye, the second line, at the time of dissolution of the universe. Sarva bhutani kalpakshaye, mamikam prakrutim yanti, they all reach my nature. So when the pralaya takes place, Bhagavan says that the entire sarva bhutani, at the time of dissolution or pralaya, mamikam prakrutim, my nature, yanti, they will be coming into my nature. They'll all be folding into my nature. Okay. And they'll all be in seed form. If you look at that way, we can have different discussions on that. Everything will be in a causal state. So, like the entire big mango tree can be in a small seed. Okay, so long as the seed is not germinated, the entire information of the seed tree is there. But once the seed is planted, then it can grow into a huge tree and give so much of fruits, etc. And you'll be able to provide everything. So it is all in seed form, and the seed form is capable of providing a huge creation. Okay. So what he says is that everything, the entire creation falls into Bhagavan at the time of Kalpakshaya, at the time when there is a dissolution. Sarva Bhutani Kalpakshaye Mamikam Prakrutim Yanti. Then what happens? Punaha, after the Tani Kalpa Adau, next there is Kalpakshaye, this happens. Then Kalpa Adau. Adau means at the beginning of the next creation, next cycle of creation. Kalpa Adau, Punaha, again, Tani, the same things, whatever has been dissolved into me, dissolution into the pralaya time as a seed form. Punaha, Kalpa Adau, the beginning of creation, the next cycle, Visrujamyaham, I will start creating it back. So everything gets back into the seed state at the time of Kalpakshayam, that is when the Kalpa ends, and then Punaha, Kalpa Adau, when the creation again starts, everything is recreated by me. Okay. Now the question arises whether the creation is going to be new, whether, after this Kalpa is over, all of us will all be dissolved into the thing. Then there will be kind of new kinds of things going to be created. So what the kinds of various Advaita scholars have been telling is that no, the entire karmas, whatever we have, is all unfolded into the Sanchita karmas, etc. will be there. And those Sanchita karmas will again make us to be getting reborn. Okay, so it is not that beyond that there's nothing. We'll all again get born. Because when the seed is there, the seed has got all the DNA. The DNA has got all these information account of the karmas, the Sanchita karma that a person has got. And based on that, when the creation takes place, again those kinds of creation with the same kinds of prarabdha that we need to face, on the bank account of the Sanchita karma, the same thing will again start. So it is called, there's something we need to understand called Vyashti and Samashti. So in the individual karmas, if you have individual karmas will decide our next birth. Okay, when we die, we have a lot of Sanchita karma. From the Sanchita karma, some amount of karma is taken to decide what is going to be our next birth, and we come. The Sanchita karma continues. So that is called Vyashti. Vyashti is individual karma, is the one that is able to make the individuals again and again get born. Whereas the Sanchita karmas of the entire creation, if you look at that way, there's a huge amount of karma, and that karma which also has got folded into Bhagavan at the time of Kshayam, Kalpa Kshayam, thus Sanchita karma, cumulative Sanchita karma of the entire creation will become the universe again. So you'll have individual creation like all of us based on our own karmas, and the Sanchita karmas of the entire cumulative sigma of everything will unfold into the universe. So the universe is once again created. So that's what Bhagavan says in this. Sarva Bhutani Kaunteya Arjuna, Sarva Bhutani, Kalpakshaye, Mamikam, Prakrutim Yanti. They all come into my nature. Kalpa Adau, when again the next cycle of creation starts, Punaha, Tani, he says the same things. Visujam Yaham, I'll be creating it. So we wonder, one of the important things we have to understand is that we cannot run away from our karmas. The karmas will catch us. If not this life, it's going to catch us the next life. We have to answer for our karmas. And it is possible that we can come out of the karmas only when we can come out of jivatva. Jivatva means that when we have the individuality we want to have, individuality is driven by ego. If the ego and individuality are there, the karma is attached to it. Okay. Once the individuality is gone and the person is able to achieve and understand Brahman, that I am the Swarupa of Bhagavan in this life itself, Jivatva is gone, all the karmas linked to the Jivatva is also gone, the person becomes a Jivan Mukti itself. He does not have to do all those kinds of yogic things that was talked about in the 8th chapter, where at the time of death one has to sit and then think about Om with Ekaksharam, Brahma Vyaharan, Amanusmaran, all those kinds of difficult yoga, those kinds of things are not required. If at all we are able to understand our own true nature in this life itself. But this is the cycle of creation. He says that everything will fold into him and everything will again come back from him. I think we can take one more shloka. Next.
Sai Lakshmi Bhagini.
Prakrutim swamavashtabhya.
Prakrutim swamavashtabhya. Prakrutim swamavashtabhya.
There's no yaha. Prakrutim swamavashtabhya.
Prakrutim swamavashtabhya. Prakrutim swamavashtabhya.
Visrujami punah punah.
Visrujami punah punah. Visrujami punah punah.
Prakrutim swamavashtabhya. Visrujami punah punah.
Prakrutim swamavashtabhya. Visrujami punah punah. Prakrutim swamavashtabhya. Visrujami punah punah.
Good. Next.
Sharachavan Mahodaya.
Bhutagramamimam krishnam.
Sharachavan Mahodaya.
I'm there.
Bhutagramamimam krishnam.
Bhutagramamimam krishnam. Bhutagramamimam krishnam.
Avasham prakrutir vashat.
Avasham prakrutir vashat. Avasham prakrutir vashat. Bhutagramamimam krishnam. Avasham prakrutir vashat.
Once again.
Bhutagramamimam krishnam. Avasham prakrutir vashat.
Good. Next.
Srila Shinde Bhagini.
Prakrutim swamavashtabhya. Visrujami punah punah.
प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः
Sharada Rajan Bhagini.
Bhutagramamimam krishnam. Avasham prakrutir vashat.
Sharada Rajan Bhagini. Usha Srinivasan Bhagini.
Bhutagramamimam krishnam. Avasham prakrutir vashat.
Bhutagramamimam krishnam. Avasham prakrutirvashat. Bhutagramamimam krishnam. Avasham prakrutirvashat.
Good. Next.
Vijayalakshmi Bhagini.
प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः
प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः
राजेश्वरी शिवशंकर
भूतग्राममिमं कृत्स्नम् अवशं प्रकृतेर्वशात्
भूतग्राममिमं कृत्स्नम् अवशं प्रकृतेर्वशात् भूतग्राममिमं कृत्स्नम् अवशं प्रकृतेर्वशात्
Good.
शारदा
Next.
राजन भगिनी
The full shloka once.
शांति बद्री भगिनी
Yes, sir.
Full shloka.
प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः भूतग्राममिमं कृत्स्नम् अवशं प्रकृतेर्वशात्
Good. Next.
मृणालिनी गोपालन
आम् प्रकृतिं महोदय प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः भूतग्राममिमं कृत्स्नम् अवशं प्रकृतेर्वशात्
Good. Next.
अनुपमा भट्ट भगिनी
प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः भूतग्राममिमं कृत्स्नम् अवशं प्रकृतेर्वशात्
Good. Next.
भानुरेखा भगिनी
प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः भूतग्राममिमं कृत्स्नम् अवशं प्रकृतेर्वशात्
Good. So we'll go to the meaning of this shloka. So Bhagavan, he says here, Swam Prakrutim, that is my own nature, okay, my nature. Avashtabhya, that is, if you look at that way, we discuss about two natures of Bhagavan, Para Prakriti, Apara Prakriti. So here we are talking about Apara Prakriti, lower order of Bhagavan. Prakrutim Swam, my Prakriti, Apara Prakriti, Avashtabhya, which means that controlling my own Prakriti with the absolute superiority, lordship over my lower Prakriti, Punah Punah Bhutagramam Kritsnam Visrujami. Again and again, the entire Kritsnam is completely Bhutagramam Imam. All the things that were there in the world of things of animated, inanimate things, Bhutagramam Imam Kritsnam completely Visrujami Punah Punah. I keep on creating again and again. Okay. Swam Prakrutim Avashtabhya Bhutagramam Punah Punah Visujami. Kritsnam is completely. But Avasham is necessarily, or the other way of understanding is that the Bhutagramas have got no control. They cannot, their creation is not under their control. But they are under the control of Bhagavan. Prakrute Vashat. It is under the control of Bhagavan. Vashat means control. When we say in Tamil also, we say it is under my Vasha. It is under my control. Similarly, Prakrute Vashat. In the nature of Bhagavan, under his control, all these Bhutagramam Kritsnam, the entire world of creation, Punah Punah Visujami. And they don't have control. For them, Avasham. So, which means that they have to necessarily be created again and again, and they cannot say that I do not want to get created. So this is the way the entire world of cycles keep going on and on the creation, dissolution, which is all each for us. Ajna. Okay, so we'll come close with this. Okay. Maya tadamidam sarvam Jagadau Vyakta Murtina Matstani Sarva Bhutani Nachahanteshva Vastitaha न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगमैश्वरम् भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थः ममात्मा भूतभावनः यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायुः सर्वत्र गोमहान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीत्युपधारय सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकाम् कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पादो विसृजाम्यहम् प्रकृतिं स्वामवष्टभ्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः भूतग्राममिमं कृत्स्नम् अवशं प्रकृतेर्वशात् ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः